his debt, we'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
I just want to speak from my heart. I love that guy. That's a good man. He loves his country. He's doing the best that he can. But he had a test to meet tonight to restore confidence of the country and of the base, and he failed to do that. And I think there's a lot of people who are going to want to see him consider taking a different course now. We're still far from our convention, and there is time for this party to figure out a different way forward if he will allow us to do that. But that was not what we needed from Joe Biden, and it's personally painful for a lot of people. It's not just panic, it's pain for what we saw tonight.
And Vice President, as you're well aware, one of the biggest insecurities facing the campaign going into tonight was the claim, potentially, that President Biden is too old, that his mental acuity is just not there. Reaction across the board, including from Democrats, is that they were not convinced, potentially, tonight. What do you say to those voters who watched tonight and weren't sure that he is mentally fit?
Listen, he did not get off to a strong start in that debate, but he had a strong finish. And, you know, there was a slow start, but a strong finish. And the bottom line is this. Let us not decide the outcome of who's going to be president of the United States based on a 90-minute debate. Let's measure that decision against the last 3.5 years.
How y'all doing, and welcome. I am Willie Williams. Appreciate y'all for joining the Plea. Subscribe. Please remember, go around to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. Y'all check out a few things. Subscribe to the website. If you would like to support a player around here, you can get something for you and them little ugly ass babies by clicking the Get link on the website. If you'd like to see what we call the event video, please go around to the Patreon, the Willie Williams Show. The link's down there in the description. I need you liking, sharing, telling somebody about a player. We try to get the thumbs up over 500 in every show so we can do something to the algorithm. Listen, we got a PayPal link down in the description. We got $, top and bottom. Willie Williams Show, that is the cash app. And if you just so happen to hit that super chat, please don't go over $5 because the player don't know if he getting it or not. They say I get 30, they say that they get 70. God damn it, I think they getting a whole 100. Remember, the midday news show, if you can't watch it with your eyes and you can't use your peripherals and see a player, big word, I hear any goddamn screen. We do got a thing called a podcast on Anchor and Spotify, the Willie Williams Show. Please follow me on IG and Twitter at The WW Show. Appreciate y'all.
Y'all got to pray for the president, man. Y'all got to pray for the president. Man down. Oh, man. No, Joe. No, Joe. I don't know what you Democratic Party people is going to do, but I just want to say this right here. A lot of people, they may not like Trump. I understand. But boy, if y'all telling me that our president should continue to be president, then so be it. You get what you get, man. I'm just, It was a bunch of malarkey last night. It was a bunch of malarkey. That's what's up. How y'all doing? I'm Willie Williams. Appreciate y'all for joining me. This is the Willie Williams Show. This is the midday news show out here in the wonderful YouTube street. We also streaming live on twitch.tv.com, the Willie Williams Show. We're trying to get the followers up to 180 by today. By the end of work today, we need to be up to 180. I need for three good people to sacrifice themselves to get to this 180 followers on twitch.tv.com, the Willie Williams Show. Man, thank y'all for joining the player. Subscribe to everything that the player got going on out here in these doggone streets. Let's go ahead on and get into it then. The Bronx, New Yorkers in the bitch say, what poppin' past the Leggedy 30 minutes of fire. Salute Detroit is up in the house. What's happening? The 510 Oakland, California checking on them for duty. Y'all get them lights up early. Let's get them up early. We won't have to wait. We won't have to wait. The 334 The Gun Monkey Town is up in the building. What it do, what it do. Nebraska is up in the house. Bam. The 612 is present and accounted for. Appreciate that right there. Bam, bam. North Carolina is up in the building. Say much love. Willie, get the bag, bro. Showing up, trying to say, hey, sugar. The 239 is in the building. What up, though? The 404 is in there. Bitch, say happy STD chat, fam. And Willie, what's happening? How you live? How you live? Look at the numbers. The 205 is up in the building. He said, I thought Joe was gonna collapse. Listen, I promise you, that was like one of the biggest reasons that I watched it, because I just wanted to see. Give yourselves a pat on the back because y'all hit 100 by 08. I appreciate that right there. I did not want to see the president pass out or fall out or something like that right there, but I wanted to see the president pass out and fall out or something like that right there. Listen, I didn't want to see it because it would look bad for the country. It would look bad for the country. Yeah. But I wanted to see it if it was going to happen. I wanted to see it live, and I didn't want to see it like on the replay. Yeah. I wanted to see it live, just like I saw 9/11 live. You know, supposedly like on the replay. I saw the first plane like on the replay. The second plane I saw live. You know what I'm saying? So when you see it live, it's kind of better. Say Sleepy Joe. You say Joe needs underdog rings and pills out here in the street. Yeah, no. Oh man, that was a bad show. Now, what you will see on the internet and what you will see on Instagram and shit like that right there, especially with darker hue folk, because dark hue folk, they hate Trump. I don't understand why they hate Trump, but they hate Trump. So all of these main black sites on Instagram have been pointing out the things that just make Trump look bad and all this fly stuff right there, because there was a lot of times that Trump, he did not answer questions, and I even pointed it out when we did the show, when we watched the debate on Humble last night. We watched the debate on Humble, but I cut out with like 10-15 minutes left. I was like, enough is enough, you know what I'm saying? But I pointed out that's something that Trump said wasn't true, and I pointed out that Trump didn't he wasn't answering questions that was asked to him. Every question that was asked to Trump, he kept going back to the previous to answer or to respond to what Biden had done said. So I did call out things that I just knew that just was not right when it came to Trump. I just did. But boy, I'm gonna show y'all something else. And I do know that we went live on it, but remember, we called it late. We had to start late because Humble was having technical difficulties, and we got around to Humble about 9:19 was when we was able to start over there. So we missed like a lot in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Phyllis for the $1 cash app. Say, hey, Miss Shirley and chat. Happy STD Friday. Love you, Willie. Love you back. I appreciate that right there. All prayer going out to Miss Shirley and prayer going out to Jermaine out here in the doggone street. I hope that y'all is having a wonderful STD Friday out here in these streets. That's what's up. Hell, watch this. A lot of people on the Democratic side is saying that Biden did a wonderful job. But you have people who just gonna keep it 100. Shout out to Van Jones for keeping it 100. You like the shit, just damn it, it's just sad. It's just sad he did not do a good job. When we see him on that doggone stage, it looked like he was just gonna pass out. He about to have a stroke, something like that right there. This is how it looked to us. I don't care. Listen. People gonna lie. People will not call out the people that they like. And those are the type of people that I don't even rock with. I don't even like them type of people. I don't rock with them type of people. I don't like them type of people. Listen, you can like somebody and call out where they just fell short at. You can rock with somebody. You can do all that fly stuff right there. But you can still point out where that person there was wrong. Or they just was wrong. Wrong or just was wrong. So since I am into this quick little topic real quick, this gonna be the first thing that we jump on, and then we're gonna get to where we need to go ahead on and get to. Listen, I understand, like I told y'all yesterday, I do understand that a whole bunch of you good people, y'all don't like politics. I do get it. I find politics to be hilarious. Like I really, really do. I don't take shit serious. And watch it. This is why a lot of people, they don't like politics, because y'all take it serious. Y'all believe in politics. Y'all stop believing that people is humans. I think this is our biggest problem. We stop thinking that people is humans and people that just have jobs and they trying to get a job or keep the job that they have. It's simple. It is real, real simple. Humans is going to be humans. We look at people like they are so supposed to be perfect and all this dumb shit. It's stupid. And this is why people, they get in their doggone feelings. Y'all, listen, stop taking shit. This shit does not affect you personally today. Whatever they debated about last night, watch this. Let me prove to you that it don't affect you today, right? A whole bunch of people, they did not watch it. A whole bunch of people, they did not watch the debate at all. A whole bunch of people, they have no idea what is going on and the things that we're talking about right now, right? Their day is just going just fine. It's just a regular old Friday, right? For the people who watched it and the people who got pissed off and all that fly stuff right there, today is just a regular Friday. You got to carry on with work and dealing with your little ugly kids and all that fly stuff right there. You got to deal with the problems that you was going to have before the debate and after the doggone debate. This is why it really should not affect you good people like that. A lot of times we have to look at the funny stuff that is possible with debates and just listen to the people lie to us. You know what I'm saying? That's how I take it. Listen, somebody put together the 5 major moments. The 5 major moments of the Biden-Trump debate. I'm going to let y'all go on ahead. Here we go.
He created mandates that was a disaster for our country, but other than that, we had given them back a country where the stock market actually was higher than pre-COVID, and nobody thought that was even possible. The only jobs he created are for illegal immigrants and bounce-back jobs, the bounce-back from the COVID. He has not done a good job. He's done a poor job, and inflation's killing our country.
Now, whether you like Trump or not, can you say that can you agree with him? Inflation is killing the country. We talk about inflation around here, and we also heard him speak. We also heard Biden speak on inflation last night. And Biden talked to us like we just not have been going through inflation. I'm confused. I'm really, really confused. See, you don't have to like Trump to know what he just said right there. It's factual.
Is absolutely killing us.
We created 15,000 new jobs.
His response to inflation was this line right here.
We created 15,000 new jobs.
He created 15,000 new jobs. Come on, dog. Listen, I'm not arguing. I'm not telling you that that's true or false. I have no ideas. I have not researched the numbers. That's not what's funny to me. What's funny to me is that he throwed up. He created 15,000 new jobs. That shit is so low, it is hilarious. Like, you don't throw that out as a accomplishment as a president. Like he didn't say like, yeah, like 58,000 new jobs. Players say 15,000 jobs. Say it again, Joe.
In our country, it is absolutely killing us.
We created 15,000 new jobs. We brought out the position where...
Or maybe he misspoke. Maybe he meant to say 50,000. Maybe he misspoke. I'll try him again. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. Hold on, man. I'm working.
Us.
We created 15,000 new jobs. We brought out the position where we have 800,000 new manufacturing jobs, but there's more to be done.
800,000 new manufactured jobs. I don't know if that's true, but if it is true, then congratulations. I just don't know it to be true. And that's just me, though. I don't know.
There's more to be done. Working class people are still in trouble. I come from Scranton, Pennsylvania.
That's a fact. Working class people are still in trouble. Got it.
I come of household where the kitchen table, if the things weren't able to be met during the month, it was a problem. Price of eggs, the price of gas, the price of housing, the price of a whole range of things. That's why I'm working so hard to make sure I deal with those problems.
There have been many young women murdered by the same people he allows to come across our border. We have
I know of women being murdered. I think it was like 2 women were being murdered by immigrants. And here we actually got a story about immigrants that we're going to talk about a little bit later on in the show. And I don't know if they just came across the border, but they is considered immigrants out here. Illegal immigrants. Go ahead.
border that's the most dangerous place anywhere in the world, considered the most dangerous place anywhere in the world. And he opened it up, and these killers are coming into our country, and they are raping and killing women.
We significantly increased the number of asylum officers. Significantly, by the way, the Border Patrol endorsed my position.
He said the Border Patrol endorsed him and his position. I don't know it to be true. He may be telling the truth. But I know people like the Texas governor. The Texas governor ain't, The Texas governor been fighting to keep the damn borders closed. But you telling us that the Border Patrol endorses you. I don't know. I don't want to take it away from him. Maybe they are endorsing him. It just seems weird when, like, the governor been trying to protect the damn borders. I don't understand.
The Border Patrol endorsed my position. In addition to that, we found ourselves in a situation where when he was president, he was separating babies from their mothers, putting them in cages.
Got it. Bam. He said that right there. I don't know if y'all paid attention to what he just said. Watch this.
Separating babies from their mothers, putting them in cages.
He said that Trump, when he was in office, he was separating babies from their he said mothers. Babies from their mothers and putting them in cages and shit like that right there. Watch this. What happens when you was with your child and you, like, get caught, let's say, with some dope or something like that, old felony or something like that? Guess what happens? They separate you from your children. If you're doing something illegal, they do not put you and your children in the same cell. Huh? And then he said he put them in cages. I don't know, like, if he's talking about like a dog cage or something like that right there. But, okay, let's say that he put them in cages. Let's just throw out he put them in cages. What's the difference in cages and a jail cell? I'm not saying that he's lying. I'm just telling you he could be telling the truth that he put them in cages. All right. And it's a fact that he separated the kids, well, under his watch. He separated the kids from the parents. That's a fact. I'm in agreement with Biden on that right there, right? I'm in agreement. And that's why I just threw out, if you get caught with that dope, if you get caught doing something illegal, they're going to separate you from your children too. I don't understand the problem. I really, really don't.
When he was president, he was separating babies from their mothers, putting them in cages, making sure the families were separated.
Making sure the family was separated. Same shit that they do to you, Americans. I want y'all to understand that right there. See, they try to throw these things out, try to hit you in the heart and make it feel some type of way. Oh my God, he was separating mothers from their babies. Your children got separated too when you did something wrong. We stupid. Go ahead, though.
Spent half my career being criticized being the youngest person in politics. I was the second youngest person ever elected to the United States Senate, and now I'm the oldest. This guy's 3 years younger and a lot less competent. I think that just look at the record. Look at what I've done. Look how I've turned around the horrible situation he left me.
Look at how I turned around the horrible situation that he left you. I don't know everything that Biden had done did. But the one thing that we can kind of all agree on as American citizens, we didn't have an inflation problem. We ain't have an inflation problem. He may be talking about C-19 and all that fly shit. Okay. I give you that part right there. Inflation affects every single human being. Watch it. C-19 didn't affect every human being. It's no. C-19 did. It did affect every human being, but not even in the way that inflation affect every human being. Come on, y'all.
Well, I took 2 tests, cognitive tests. I aced them, both of them, as you know.
He aced 2 cognitive tests. Go ahead.
Did public. He took none. I'd like to see him take one, just one, a real easy one. Like go through the first 5 questions. He couldn't do it.
The crimes that you are still charged with, and think of all the civil penalties you have. How many billions of dollars do you owe in civil penalties for molesting a woman in public?
He say, I want y'all to hear that. I didn't even know that he was charged with this.
Civil penalties for molesting a woman in public.
Say molesting a woman in public. What is he talking about? What charge was that right there? What? Was he charged? I don't know. Can somebody please educate me? Was Donald Trump charged with molesting a woman in public? Shout out to our Dodger Trap for being a member for 25 months. He said they didn't show in response to migrants hurting and raping women. Biden said that it was not a big deal because family members can do it too. You was lying to me? Oh, I wish I would have known that right there. It say, Willie, it's a civil lawsuit, okay, that he molested a woman in public? Oh, wow. I didn't know, but I wonder how old that was. And then again, believe all women. What I wonder what was considered molestation to an adult woman. Go ahead.
You are still charged with, and think of all the civil penalties you have. How many?
Oh, all of the civil penalties. All right, go ahead.
Billions of dollars do you owe in civil penalties for molesting a woman in public, for doing a whole range of things, of having sex with a porn star on the night while your wife was pregnant. I mean,
that's some whole shit right there. Listen. That's conduct unbecoming of a player. No. Did you just say that on national television?
On the night while your wife was pregnant, for doing a whole range of things, of having sex with a porn star on the night while your wife was pregnant.
Having sex with a porn star on the night that your wife was pregnant. Isn't that slander?
While your wife was pregnant. I mean, what are you talking about?
Yeah, Joe, what is you talking about?
You have the morals of an alley cat.
I like that right there that Joe just said, though. You got the morals of an alley cat.
When he talks about a convicted felon, his son is a convicted felon at a very high level.
Facts. But listen, shout out to Hunter. We rock with Hunter out here. We can call him Cocaine Hunter. You know what I'm saying? We rock with Hunter. But this is like a bad comparison to you being a convicted felon. Because you being a convicted felon is way like higher up on the thing, like up on like the little ceiling thing, than Hunter. You know what I'm saying? So, damn it, you shouldn't have thrown that in, but I guess you're trying to hit back. Go ahead.
Son is a convicted felon at a very high level. His son is convicted, going to be convicted probably numerous other times. Should have been convicted before, but his Justice Department let the statute of limitations lapse on the most important things.
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with.
Right here, I thought that he was about to. Damn it! Just don't pass out. Staying strong. Hold the line, pimp.
Look.
Come on.
If
damn it,
we finally beat Medicare.
Wait a minute. He was trying to. He was trying to make a point. And he ended that shit. Damn it, we finally beat Medicare. Then. We beat Medicare. What do you mean we beat Medicare? You say that Trump had done grabbed one of these babies in the monkey. I ain't know.
Dealing with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look.
Come on.
If
hold together,
we finally beat Medicare.
Listen.
Every single solitary person.
Look, I'm trying to tell you something. I'm trying to explain to you what we had done did. And through it all, we beat Medicare. Shout out to Jay for the $2 super chat. He say, remember they found crack cocaine in the White House. Bam.
Single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
He created men.
Now that could be a fact. That could be a fact. I did not go to the fact check site and all that fly stuff right there, so it could have been a fact out here in these doggone streets. So shout out to Joe, them for beating Medicare. So I'm guessing that he's doing this job. I really ain't tripping, but listen, if you all would like, please go back and watch that doggone debate if you would like to. Please go ahead on and do that right there. Move right along. I ain't gonna be much hold you. Listen. Y'all might as well kick your feet up. We staying over here on YT and twitch.tv.com, The Willie Williams Show. I really do need your support. We need to get the numbers up. I'm only seeing 166. Just 172 thumbs up. Can we get over 250? We need to get over 250. Appreciate that right there. Hold on. You say I missed some. Just about to say, Willie, you missed that 83 million civil judgment against Trump. Oh yeah. I think that's the one to where they were trying to raise some money or something like that right there. Okay. Yeah. So shout out to Joe for reminding us that, you know, he got little civil litigations and stuff like that going. I really do think that America is gonna stand up for Trump, which is crazy, just due to the fact of he's now a convicted felon. I think that the people want to change this stigma of felons being able to, or not being able to prosper here in these streets. Yeah, I'm just saying. Moving right along. I ain't gonna eat much hold you because I got to show you something. I'm gonna put this beautiful baby. These beautiful babies up on the screen real quick. Then we got a mom. We got a mama. A good mama. A mom gets 25 life sentences for evil doing. Evil and horrific crimes out here. A good mama. Y'all listen to these horrific crimes that can get you 21 life sentences.
She definitely got the sentence she deserves.
It's one of the longest sentences prosecutor Katie Reed has worked for. 21 life sentences plus 800 years.
I don't understand why. Why do we need to do that? Why do we need 21 life sentences plus 800 years? What could this beautiful mom have done to get 21 life sentences in 800 years?
100 years after teams of investigators found now 28-year-old Natalie Wagner.
Ooh, 28 and bad body, bitch. Look at that body. And my body shaming y'all.
Investigators found now 28-year-old Natalie Wagner sending explicit videos through Snapchat of her own kids.
She would be asked to do horrendous things to her 3-year-old. She would do it, transmit the video, and then you would get their response of how pleased they were with what she did.
According to Reed, in the spring of 2022, 2 tips came into Snapchat that someone was openly advertising that she's having sex with her children. Snapchat sent the information to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, finding an IP address that tracked the crime to Port St. Lucie. Port St. Lucie police joined the investigation and searched her home and social media, finding, they say, at least 20 videos they found filmed primarily in this master bedroom.
That little nasty Abby trying to tell y'all he be nasty behind closed doors. Look at that little nasty ass room. Mm-hmm.
Wagner was charged and convicted on 83 crimes ranging
Girl, you look a mess, baby.
from incest, use of a child in sexual performance, and transmitting child pornography.
That baby got charged with incest, use of a child, and a child performances, sexual performances, child pornography. Jeez.
A child in sexual performance and transmitting child pornography.
She really thought she'd get away with this?
I think she did. And I mean, going through the production, some of the things she's telling the people are, make sure you don't save this, you have to delete this.
Reed says Wagner was getting paid for the videos.
That baby got $5 payment. Say, I sent 10. I sent 10 for you to do what you did to your 3-year-old, baby. You know what I'm saying? He say it's not free though. It's $50. That's what's up. And this thing say body. Say just sent 25. Say I send it. Just send 25. I send it. Boy, when I tell y'all we got some maps out here in the real world.
Fact that she was selling them for next to nothing. I mean, she must have been getting some sort of satisfaction from this herself.
In most cases involving crimes against children, Reed says they'll often offer plea deals to keep children from having to go through trial. But this case was different.
Absolutely no deal for this woman. Yeah.
Okay.
She needed to be locked away and throw away the key.
Okay, y'all care about kids again? Go ahead.
Essentially.
The judge handing down the maximum possible sentence.
It's disturbing, to say the least, that she would just give away her children's innocence for $10.
Reed also says the people requesting the videos will also be investigated. Now the focus turns to making sure the children's future isn't affected by this horrific past. Reed says both are with new caretakers, the 3-year-old now in counseling, and the 1-year-old hopefully too young to ever know what they went through.
This good mama. Boy, when y'all be looking like this right here in the daytime, when the light be shining on you and your bodies look like this right here, we got to work on. I know you feel like you don't need to work on some stuff like this right here because you getting peed in. Notice she had 2 children. So she done got peed in at least twice. Y'all can still get men. And listen, this is also goes to show, like I be trying to tell you, beautiful babies who be going under the knife and stuff like that. You don't need to go up under the knife. You really, really don't, because we going to smash anything. It really, really don't even much matter. I am so surprised that the system, that the news coverage did not blame the men. Or the men and the women. Because I do not believe that it is just male maps. I do not believe that it's just men who like those types of videos. Nope, I'm not one of them. I think what is my thought? I think the people who mess over children the most is females. Yes, I do.
28-year-old Natalie Wagner sending explicit videos through Snapchat of her own kids.
And I tell you, the internet got these folk out here trying to get attention, and it has enabled people to get the attention that they would not normally get without the internet. It's a mean thing.
Would be asked to do horrendous things to her 3-year-old. She would do it, transmit the video, and then you would get their response of how pleased they were with what she did.
Wow.
According to Reed, in the spring of 2022, 2 tips came into Snapchat that someone was openly advertising that she's having sex with her children. Snapchat sent the information to the National
Shout out to Snapchat. Shout out to the chat.
Center for Missing and Exploited Children, finding an IP address that tracked the crime to Port St. Lucie. Port St. Lucie police joined the investigation and searched her home and social media, finding, they say, at least 20 videos they found filmed primarily in this master bedroom.
Nasty. Shout out Sensei for the $2 super chat. Say older female family members do more to boys. I'm trying to tip. A lot of people would actually be shocked to know exactly the numbers, man.
Agner was charged
Wow.
and convicted on 83 crimes.
83 crimes. She don't look like she'll do something like that. That baby got on glasses. She look like she in her feminine. Right. Yeah.
Ranging from incest, use of a child in sexual.
And then you have to think about this right here. She have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. I wonder how long have she's been sexual with the 3-year-old.
Performance and transmitting child pornography.
She really thought she'd get
I think that they really got her for the transmitting. I don't think that they even got her for the sexual acts. I think that they really stuck it to her because of the transmitting the footage.
away with this? I think she did. And I mean, going through the production.
Yes, she thought that she would get away with it because typically they get away with it. This is why they will continue to do exactly what they're doing, because once they out, normally when they get caught, they only do what less than 5 years. What's that? They can do that on their head. That's nothing. But think about it. This here transpired in 2022. That means she was getting away with one, huh? All she had to do was stop. All she had to do is stop before 2024. Shout out to Big J Boogie for being a member for 24 months. He says someone make sure this bitch gets some special in her spinal area, sharp and special. That's what's up. Listen, you all have to think about this right here too. I myself get flagged on YouTube, Facebook flagged like the other day, and then Instagram did some to me, and these was about posts. I made a post. I shared a link from my show to Facebook and Instagram, and they said that this violates. But on Snapchat, she was able to continuously make videos doing some sexual to a minor. They did not shut down her account. They did not, well, the AI didn't find it and flag her. No. But if you post something, you can get flagged. So when we be believing that in society that we really care about children, y'all can keep believing it. I refuse to let my mind do that right there. We ain't gonna believe that dumb shit. No. And I do believe that people, when people who is running these big corporations, just in my opinion, I think that a lot of them is maps. Shout out to Donald for the $5 cash app. Say Friday support. Action word all day long. That's what it is. That is what it is. Appreciate that right there. Say, who owns Snap? I don't know, but we can. Well, who owns? Wait, who owns Snap? Who owns Snap? Who owns Meta? Yada yada yada. Snapchat and an instant messaging app is not owned by Meta, but it is actually owned by the company Snap Inc. It was co-founded by Yvonne Spiegel and Bobby Murphy in September of 2011. Spiegel has been the company's CEO since 2012. Hell, they could be maps. I don't know. These damn people. But I know one thing is that damn it, the way that they set up their algorithm, if you say something that they don't like, they will remove you and or flag you. But you can perform sexual acts with a baby, with babies, and it's okay. You can show your monkey on these doggone things, and it's okay. But as soon as you post something that may be just a little sketchy, you post a baby in a bikini, they'll flag you. But a baby can have a whole monkey print shown. I mean, and you can see the clitoris. They just fine. And hell, they getting paid for it too. Shout out to Donald for the $2 cash app. Say another good mama. Facts. That's what's up, children. Best left with they mamas. Them. Let's go ahead on and get into this right here, man. I shouted. Boy, listen. Now this is confusing. This story right here is a tad bit confusing, but let's put it up on the screen. This player right here, we got a player. We have a man who pleads guilty to multiple rapes in Prince George's County. Yeah. Multiple grapes of, what is the thing called? What's that school called? What's that HBCU school called in Prince George's County? Howard University. I titled this thing, Barbershop Owner Takes Plea Deal for Luring and Graping Teens. Remember I said teens, right? That's what I had done said. Watch this.
Prosecutors say Julian Everett preyed on teens, some of them Howard University students. He would meet them via social media or at a party, give them a drink that made them lose consciousness. Then detectives say Everett would take them to his home in New Carrollton and sexually assault them.
Sexual assault cases are tough. These are some of the toughest cases to prove. And these types of cases also re-traumatize victims.
Everett pled guilty to 4 counts of second-degree rape, one of them an Alford plea, meaning he admitted there was enough evidence to convict without admitting he committed the crime. In court, prosecutors outlined Everett's pattern of behavior, meeting victims, drugging them with an unknown substance, having sex without their consent, and in some cases taking pictures and video of the crimes.
Today's plea really
say he worked for Snap Inc.
resolves what has been years, in fact, in some cases, decades of trauma.
Look at that baby hair in the back. That baby got it standing up. Look at all that. Go ahead, sister.
There's decades of trauma.
The cases date back to 2005 and involve victims as young as 16 years old.
It dates back to 2005. It involves victims from 16 years old. 2005. 16-year-old. Go ahead.
16 years old. Detectives have said Everett, who was 35 at the time of his arrest, would pose as someone much younger.
35 and posing as someone much younger. How the hell he do that? How is you 35 as a player and you can pose as somebody much younger?
Social media sites affiliated but not officially connected to Howard. They say he took at least one of his victims to his barbershop on U Street in D.C., not far from campus.
He took one of them to his barbershop. Remember this right here, though. He's 35 and he portrayed himself as being younger, right? He took somebody to his barbershop.
Not far from campus.
It's difficult for these victims to even come forward to report these crimes, much less to see a case through trial, to appear in court, to face the person who assaulted them.
Prosecutors say Everett has been a sexual predator for at least a decade. They
Sexual predator for a decade?
Identified 4 victims, but believe there are more. He's facing between 20 and 25 years when he's sentenced in January. Everett will have to register as a sex offender and be under mandatory sex offender supervision for the rest of his life. In Upper Marlboro, Darcy Spencer.
Shout out to Sandra for the $5 cash app. Say got that midday passer STD. I appreciate that right there. The STD Friday. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for the support, man. So you mean to tell me? Back it up.
Drugging them with an unknown substance, having sex without their consent to 4 counts of second-degree rape. One of them an Alford plea, meaning he admitted there was enough evidence to convict.
Tough. These are some of the toughest cases to prove. And these types of cases also re-traumatize victims.
Everett pled guilty to 4 counts of second-degree rape, one of them an Alford plea, meaning he admitted there was enough evidence to convict without admitting he committed the crime. In court, prosecutors outlined Everett's pattern of behavior, meeting victims, drugging them with an unknown substance, having sex without their consent, and
meeting them, having drinks with them.
drugging them with an unknown substance. Prosecutors outlined Everett's pattern of behavior, meeting victims, drugging them with an unknown substance, having sex without their consent.
Typically, the only way that you would be able to drug them is through alcohol, right? Notice they didn't say alcohol. They just said drugging them. You mean college students. And then they said teens. Now, you can be a teenager in college. But the problem that I be having with when they be saying teens and then they add college in, it tells me that these teens was adults. Oh, but they was 18 or 19. They was adults, but they want to use the term teen. Got it. Because typically you're not in college unless you is an adult, right? All right. It is rare, but it does happen that you can get some 16-year-olds in college, right? It's rare, but it does happen.
And in some cases, taking pictures and video of the crimes.
Yeah, right. Say what 16-year-old is doing drinking. And hell, what is the teens doing drinking? Whether they 18 adult or 19 adults. What are they doing drinking? They have no problem with drinking, huh? That's probably why they was able to be drugged. Decisions.
Today's plea really resolves what has been years, in fact, in some cases, decades of trauma.
The cases date back to 2005 and involve victims as young as 16 years old.
Dates back to 2005. Again, we're still talking about Howard University. We're talking about the college. I wonder if he knew that somebody was 16 at Howard University.
I've been involved victims as young as 16 years old. Detectives have said Everett, who was 35 at the time of his arrest, would pose as someone much younger, use social media sites affiliated but not officially connected to Howard. They say he took at least one of his victims to his barbershop on U Street in D.C., not far from campus.
It's difficult for these victims to even come forward.
So they drinking, damn it, they meeting up, they drinking, he spiked, they pass out. He got them in the car. He able to drive them to a spot. He able to pick them up and take them into a building. Nobody see nothing. It should be hilarious to me.
Or to report.
But not hilarious that it happened, but the stories just be like, I just don't understand.
These crimes, much less to see a case through trial, to appear in court, to face the person who assaulted them.
Right. Say they know he looked like he fought it.
Prosecutors say Everett has been a sexual predator for at least a decade.
Okay, all right, we did that right there. Let's go on to this next one.
Let me introduce you to Plus.
Introduce us to Plus 500. Little commercial, that ain't nothing. Let's see what we're talking about.
Sexual assaults across the multiple sexual assaults across the DMV will spend up to 25 years in prison. Police say Julian Everett used alcohol, possibly laced with other drugs, to assault 3 teenage girls. 2 of them were Howard University students at the time of the assaults in 2015 and 2016. Both tell police Everett picked them up from their dorm, gave them alcohol, then assaulted them at his home when they lost consciousness.
Bag it up. Wait, no. Play.
Everett was also charged in a similar sexual assault case in 2005 out of Virginia. And that is one of the reasons Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy says she believes there are other victims.
We hope that knowing that he will be held accountable for his actions, that they will have some comfort in that.
Braveboy is encouraging other victims to come forward. Investigators believe Everett targeted Howard University students. He is set to be officially sentenced in January.
He targeted Howard University students. I would say about 99.9% of Howard University students is adults. So he targeted adults. But they will put this teenage title on, but they won't give us the age of the teenagers. Watch this. This is how you know that they wasn't all these teenagers, because they said 3, and then they said 1 16-year-old. So that means the other 2 teens was adults. That's how you know that we had some 18 and 19, or both 18 or both 19. That's how we know that, because they pointed out, they made specifically pointed out a 16-year-old. So there was no 17-year-old, because they would have also said a 17-year-old. Yeah. And then you got to ask yourself, how do we know that he know that one was 16? Now, I'm not saying that he should not be held accountable for what he had and did. Hell, he already took a plea. I'm not saying that. But just listen to this part again.
Of multiple sexual assaults across the DMV will spend up to 25 years
across the DMV, but I thought it was just at Howard University. But go ahead.
In prison. Police say Julian Everett used alcohol, possibly laced with other drugs.
Alcohol. What is these teenagers doing drinking alcohol? Let's start there. That's where listen, that's where it starts, right? Whether he was 35 and he made himself look younger than 35. All right, I got it. The first problem, and this where we get, damn it, you see that mug up there at the top say decisions, decisions, decisions. It's all about your decisions. I'm not saying what happened to you should have happened to you. But because of our decisions, this is why things happen to us. Aggravated, assaulted 3 teenagers.
To assault 3 teenage girls. 2 of them were Howard University students at the time of the assaults in 2015 and 2016. Both tell police Everett picked them up from their dorm, gave them alcohol, then
picked them up from their dorm, gave them alcohol. Teenagers. Yeah.
Assaulted them at his home.
Assaulted them at his home. So he picked them up. They said that he was 35 at the time of his arrest, but he made himself appear a lot younger. So he picked up the teenagers from their dorm, took them to his home, gave them liquor, spiked it, laced it, and then assaulted them. So I wonder how young they thought he was. You know, he have a whole home to go to. Yeah, I don't. But they educated.
From their dorm, gave them alcohol, then assaulted them at his home when they lost consciousness. Everett was also charged in a similar sexual assault case in 2005 out of Virginia. And that is one of the reasons Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy says she believes there are other victims.
There probably is some other victims out here.
We hope that, knowing that he will be held accountable for his actions, that they will have some comfort in that.
Braveboy is encouraging other.
We don't never want to point out. Where's my doggone thing? Yeah, we don't ever want to point out that choices has been made. We don't want to point out that these females make choices that puts them in situations that is not in their best interest. And this, in my mind, is why females will continue to go through some of these things that they're going through. That's the biggest problem. They will just not say it out loud. Ladies, your decisions is getting y'all in a lot of these situations. Legal age is 16, right? In Prince George County. Oh, is it? Hold on. Oh, I'm glad that you said something. Hold on. So that's in DC. DCH, age of consent. The age of consent in DC is 16. Oh, oh, bam. Okay, the District of Columbia, the age of consent is 16. All right, this means that individuals who are at least 16 years old have a right to engage in consensual sexual activities. But they're saying that they could not consent because they was drugged. I get that part right there, but they was all of age for sex. They was all of age for sex, which is also strange too. Like, why? Well, hell, that is. If he was able to get them to pick them up, to kick it with him, to go on back to his spot, and listen, you ain't even got to take advantage of a baby. If you picked up one of these young little college girls, one of these new students or something like that, but hell, just a college chick, and you have your own home, you have your own spot, which females like older men anyway. Let's not play stupid. They like older men. And he has his own business. And his own business, his own homes. So I'm pretty sure that let's say, his car is nice. It should be nice, right? That already has the interest of the girls that you pick it up. But maybe because some people, they just like to take advantage of people. And maybe he just had fun with being able to do it how he had done did it. That was possibly more pleasurable for him. That's probably why he did it. Because again, they was already interested. It was already, okay, come pick me up from my dorm. Yeah, I drank a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And typically when we be drinking, we be hunching. Typically, this is how things happen. So, maybe he just liked to do what he had and did. I'm going to show y'all something else too real quick. This video right here was 18 minutes, right? I'm not finna show you this 18-minute video. I'm finna show a little part of the 18-minute video. I have a beautiful baby here, and I think her name is Aisha. She is the district attorney, if I'm not mistaken. She had done talked for 10 minutes. I'm not even finna show y'all that right now. I'm finna let our lighter hue sister start when she talked and say what she's finna say, because I listened to what Miss Aisha had to say, and really she said nothing. Like damn it, I cut it off. Like literally she was saying nothing. And this is just crazy to do all that damn talking and say nothing. But anyway, we gonna let our lighter hue sister say some things, because it's some things that I want to point out. Here we go.
To prove these cases and what this plea means today for our victims.
Absolutely. Good afternoon. First, I do want to repeat what the state's attorney said and just thank all of our partners in this case. But I especially do want to thank our 4 named victims in this case who stuck with us from when these crimes were committed in 2005 all the way through today. And we anticipate at the sentencing hearing.
They stuck with them for 20 years. The victims from 05. Today is 2024. It took them 20 years to get a conviction.
That's a very difficult thing to do, to wait this long for justice, but we're proud to have delivered as much as we can today. These types of crimes, which we refer to as drug and alcohol-facilitated sexual assaults, are extremely, extremely difficult. They're difficult on our victims, and they're difficult to prove in court. Particularly they're difficult for our victims because there's a certain feeling of responsibility taken on by victims. When you're the person who's chosen to consume an alcoholic beverage, you take a certain amount of responsibility on yourself for what might happen to you when you're assaulted after consuming that beverage, even if you're at the point where you cannot consent.
And that's what's not being relayed to females. That's the part that's not being relayed to females. You have to take a certain amount of responsibility for the decisions you just made.
Today, and we anticipate at the sentencing hearing. That's a very difficult thing to do, to wait this long for justice, but we're proud to have delivered as much as we can today. These types of crimes, which we refer to as drug and alcohol facilitated sexual assaults, are extremely, extremely difficult. They're difficult on our victims, and they're difficult to prove in court. Particularly they're difficult for our victims because there's a certain feeling of responsibility taken on by victims. When you're the person who's chosen to consume an alcoholic beverage, you take a certain amount of responsibility on yourself for what might happen to you when you're assaulted after consuming that beverage, even if you're at the point where you cannot consent. It's difficult for these victims to even come forward to report these crimes, much less to see a case through trial, to appear in court, to face the person who assaulted them, and to talk about what happened to people who will be judging them, essentially a jury or a judge.
I think now I kind of understand it now when they be trying to tell us that when people go through these types of situations that they can't come forward because a lot of them, they blame themselves. I just had this thought of maybe them blaming themselves. Maybe they are blaming themselves for getting in a situation, or maybe they is recognizing that the decisions that they made got them in the situation that they got in. Now I think it just clicked. I think that's what it is. Just in my mind, I think that it clicked. Damn. If I wouldn't have never went over here, if I wouldn't have never got in the car, if I wouldn't have never took that last drink, if I wouldn't have never, it's the same as like a drunk driving and like you done killed every damn body, but you the one living, be like, damn boy, if I wouldn't have just went to the liquor store that doggone day, man, I wouldn't have killed all them damn people. Maybe that's what's playing in females' mind when these type of things happen. And maybe it hit them so hard to where that part of that decision, yes, remorse, but that decision was made is their fault. The sad part in society, we like to tell women, it's not your fault. I don't think what happened to somebody should happen a lot of times. But due to the decisions that we make, things will happen to us. We don't tell a drunk driver that it's not his fault because he was drunk and driving and killed a whole bunch of people. We don't ever tell them that it's not their fault. We tell them because you decided to drink and drive is what's caused all these people deaths. That's what we say, and it's 100% that person's fault. A lot of times you ladies be drinking and you is with a rapist and you don't even know it. You led yourself, or you decided to link up with a rapist and someone who will take advantage of you. A lot of times the signs is there, but because you is having a good time, you partying, you chose him, you drinking, you on that good and all that fly stuff right there. A lot of times decisions have you in these situations. It just kind of clicked on me. But go.
These cases are difficult to prove because it is a matter of educating our jurors and our community that people who are under the influence of drugs or alcohol cannot consent.
Stop. People who is under the influence of drugs and alcohol cannot consent. You know, it'd be strange, and a lot of players has gotten in trouble and got sent to jail because he would have sex with the girl after the club. They've been drinking, they're having a good time, and then she just wake up, you like, oh my God, I can't believe what I had and did because I got a boyfriend, or damn it, my daddy caught me or something, or damn it, my mama caught me at the hotel or something like that right there. I was great. They would play the great role, and then the courts will come up and say, well, hell yes, she could not consent because she was on alcohol. They removed the fact of he was on alcohol too. They don't say, well, they was both on alcohol. They just like to point out that she was the only one on alcohol and she couldn't consent. So if being on alcohol and on drugs don't have you in a consenting mind, then you should be able to allow that man to use the same argument. I wasn't in my right mind when I had sex with her either. And that man shouldn't go to prison because y'all saying that's somebody they can't consent. Right?
And if they took those drugs and alcohol willingly, once you reach a point where you can no longer consent, you become a victim when you are attacked or assaulted or abused or engaged.
So at that time, that after you done took these drugs or alcohol, when you get to the point where you can't consent, what is that point? Nobody knows what that point is. Some people could say, and like we know, some people can have a sip of liquor, a sip of wine, and the bitch gone. Be dead ass drunk for one glass of wine. So how do we know at what point you can't consent? Shout out to Sensei for the $5 super chat. Says sloppy drunk around a friend dude you know been waiting to hunt you. You should know what's going to happen. Five more for the challenge continues. That's what's up, y'all. We got the challenge going on. I really do appreciate that right there. I need your support around here in the doggone streets, y'all. In case y'all just not coming on in, we also streaming live on twitch.tv.com, The Willie Williams Show. I need the support. We're trying to get the followers up to 180. We had 177. I need you around here in these streets. I'm just trying to talk a little bit and trying to entertain. Here we go.
Sexual contact without your ability to consent. I'm very, very proud of the work that was done.
And you know what's crazy? Drugs and alcohol. But but alcohol is legal. Alcohol is legal in every state. We have places to where you can go and hang out and have alcohol. But if you get on this shit at a certain point, you can't consent. You know what's crazy? Because we don't know that point to where you can't consent, but for some reason you can't consent to buy another drink. Y'all ever noticed that? Have you just ever thought about that? Or is consent only speaking on sex? Just a question.
On this case by former Chief Melissa Hotmeyer, by Detective Lisa Shepard, ASA Sal's, because what we've achieved today is a conviction in 4 cases that would have been difficult to prove at trial.
So I wonder, how did y'all prove these cases? How did that happen?
What we have today is an admission by Mr. Everett that this is a crime, that he did in fact take women who were promised.
Oh, he admitted to it. Oh, so y'all didn't prove y'all case. He just admitted to it.
Saying and are still promising people in our community and took something away from them. He assaulted them. He made them into victims. But we've helped today, and they've actually taken on a lot of this themselves, but to turn themselves into survivors.
If you've been waiting to apply for disability...
That's what's up. Listen, if y'all just not coming on in, can y'all hit the thumbs up button, the like button, share button, all that fly stuff right there. I do need your support. Here we go.
I don't know if you have any additional questions for me, but I'm happy to answer anything that I can help with.
I know it's not your case, but it's a federal case, and why it rose to that level.
Yes, so in this case, as the facts on the record that you heard today, some of the victims were minors, and in addition, many of them were transported over state lines from Washington, D.C.
So some of the victims was minors, but y'all only been talking about 4 individuals. 4, okay, go ahead.
And from Virginia. In addition, any time that you use any kind of an electronic device that's not actually produced in the state of Maryland to commit a crime, that can be used as a basis for a federal crime as well. We believed, and the U.S. Attorney's Office believed, that just based on the egregious nature of Mr. Everett's actions in this case, the number of victims that we think are still out there, that it was important that he be prosecuted at both the local level, because we want to stand up for the victims in our community, but also at the federal level as well.
So the 25 years maximum, is that for both
offenses, federal and
yes, those sentences will
25 years maximum for both. Why he ain't get like 4 life sentences?
run concurrently. And the other thing I wanted to mention also is that, you know, in this case and in so many cases, the defendant
Watch how she just be talking. Just listen. This be so funny.
does not necessarily look like a predator. So this is someone who owned a business and who was well-spoken, who dressed well, who, you know, by, you know, all measures, looked and appeared to be an upstanding individual.
Looked to be upstanding, but y'all, damn it, y'all told us that this person was 35 at the time of the arrest, but looked a lot younger. I wonder, what did he do to look a lot younger? What did he shave? He probably just shaved just to look a little young out here in these streets. He said, Willie, I have been over a woman's house before, and after a few drinks, she pushed that monkey on me. And did I get taken advantage of, or was I able to give consent? You was taken advantage of because you was drinking, and you could not give consent because you was drinking. You need to press charges on that, baby. Yeah.
And so one of the things I want to share with victims is that you cannot blame yourself. Oftentimes,
I think that you should blame yourself depending on the situation. I think that you literally should blame yourself depends on the situation. Certain situations, if you was like walking and I guess somebody busts upside your head and they go ahead on and do something strange to you, you know, grape, something like that, sexually assault. All right. Don't blame yourself for that right now. Hell, it still depends then because of certain things that could have been done different. But for the most part, especially with these college girls, they need to blame themselves. See, once you blame yourself and you take accountability for the things that happen, then maybe you will make different choices in your future. You have to take accountability. Like, I would say that it's not a child's fault. Like, let's say like under 12 or something like that right there. It's not a child's fault that they've been raped. No. I'm talking about adults. Hell, I'm talking about teenagers too. Their decisions, because they calling them teenagers, so this happened. 16 and up. Yeah. Decisions was made. They decided to link up with this person. They decided to go to this person's house. They decided to drink alcohol, something that's actually illegal for their ages, right? That's their fault. Up until they got their drink spiked, for the ones who got their drink spiked. Up until then, all of that is their fault. Who disagrees with that right there? Up until they fell unconscious, it was all their fault. You say, will it be easy for a man or a woman to get convicted with the same evidence? It's easier for a man to get convicted. It's hard for a woman to get convicted out here in the street, man. For real. You say, Willie, I thought not giving consent is saying no repeatedly. Ain't that how it used to be? Right. Why they taking the drink from a stranger anyway? Because they found him attractive. And this is why I am like, I don't even know why Buddy would have spiked their drinks when if you able to pick up a woman, that means that she's interested. I don't understand. Hell, if you talking to her, if you communicating, she's interested. And then she, come pick me up from my dorm. Typically, college girls, especially like their first year, they don't even have a vehicle. and you got a vehicle, and you don't stay on campus, you got a home, and you got a barbershop? Why is you spiking women? I don't even understand that right there. And you is presenting yourself younger than what you is. So they is looking at you like you young and you balling? Come on, dog. He ain't thinking all the way through.
Times, you know, people look at, well, if that person, did he look like a rapist or a predator? Oftentimes, these individuals just look like normal, everyday people. And so we don't want victims to feel like they somehow put themselves in jeopardy and that it was their fault. It was not.
Say somebody in the chat said he don't want to hear all that hollering.
Not their fault. It's not your fault if someone rapes you, if someone takes advantage of you, if someone gives you a substance that renders you unconscious. It
is your fault if someone up until that moment someone gives you something to render you unconscious. Your decisions all the way up to that point is yours. That's your fault.
It's not your fault.
And that's why it keeps happening to women, because y'all refuse to tell them it's your fault up until this point. In certain situations, it is your fault. You say Howard University has some slow ass students.
It's their fault. And so today, Mr. Everett did take responsibility and accountability for his actions because he was guilty.
He took accountability and responsibility for his action because he was guilty. Y'all do know that that's not always true, right? A lot of times it's best to take the plea for less years. Let's just be honest. That's what plea deals is. A plea is to get a deal to get less years. It don't all the time means that you was taking responsibility and or even you did it. Come on now. But the lawyer that you may have may say, hey, listen, the evidence that they got is not looking good. It's best for you to take a plea, whether you did shit or not. And this is why so many Dark Hue players is in jail now. Let's be honest about that right there. Because a plea deal is better. Damn it, you facing 15. Just take the plea and do the 3 years and go home. Even if you didn't do it.
Each of the named and known victims got justice today. And we have also gotten justice for our community, and we're very grateful for that. So thank you.
So were any blood tests done on the victims to show what type of drug?
Was there any blood test done on the victim to show what type of substance he used?
Part of that question, but was any blood tests done on the victim?
There was information that we got from the sexual assault kits that were tested by the FBI. But the substance was really foreign and unknown.
We don't know the damn substance. We have no idea what was used. Dang.
So, not conclusive in terms of what it was, but we knew it was something that rendered them unconscious.
And was it the same substance that was used on all the victims?
Was it the same substance that was used on all the victims?
I can't say.
I'm asking you, you had two victims in this case, two cases that were connected by DNA, right? And that kind of helped in the investigation. Can you talk a bit about how DNA plays a role?
Two victims was connected by DNA.
Oh, DNA is critical. DNA is extremely important because it is scientific proof of connections between crimes or incidents. And so in this case, we knew that the same perpetrator committed at least 2 acts of assault. And we were able to do that through that level of testing. So
that is crazy. They don't know the substance, but they know that there was a substance. Damn it, it was in or unconclusive, right? So how y'all know that he gave him something then? Other than him taking the plea and taking responsibility, How do y'all know that he gave them anything?
Our DNA lab.
Or how did y'all know before he admitted to it?
We are grateful for, and you know, we have solved a number of cases and have been successful in court in a number of cases using DNA evidence. So thank you.
You say that they tried that unknown substance shit on you, and you stayed silent. Good job.
You often find that there are additional victims out there. Is that correct?
Yes, if there's a hit. If there's a hit. So that's why one of the things I'm very excited about is the fact that our governor, as well as our attorney general, have a new initiative to test more sexual assault kits. So they announced that last week that they were partnering up to provide resources for jurisdictions around the state of Maryland to test sexual assault kits. Those kits being tested, evidence from those kits being matched against DNA in the CODIS system could lead, not just in this case, but in other cases, to more sexual assaults being solved and more individuals being brought to justice. So we do appreciate our governor and our attorney general for their work in that area. Thank you.
There are no further questions. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Yeah. And if he did what he took a plea on doing, then hell, he need to do the time that he had done. You know, he need to be held accountable. I'm not against that. But society, the system, is not helping. Other women is not helping. If we don't tell women that you are partially at fault. Again, not all the time. Not in every situation, but in the majority of these doggone situations, it's y'all fault in the beginning. I got to tell you, it's y'all fault in the beginning. Just saying. Move right along. All right. Y'all, let's get into some more news out here. We're going to stay around here just for the simple fact that we just going to stay around here. I'm finna just throw out this news before we get on out of here. It's Friday. It's SCD Friday. I want y'all to have y'all a good little time. This is the day that you actually get to enjoy yourself, do exactly what you want to do, and stop following other people's morals out here in these streets. If y'all just not coming on in, we're also streaming live on twitch.tv.com, The Willie Williams Show. I appreciate y'all for being a part of that right there. Matter of fact, let me do a refresh. We're at 289 thumbs up. Can we get over 350 thumbs up? We need to be over 350 thumbs up. I need your support all the way round. Listen, we got the thumbs up. We got the share button. We got the PayPal, Super Chat, Patreon. Then we got the PayPal, Super Chat, Cash App, Patreon, the subscribe button, the join button, the membership button. We got all these doggone buttons, and I can't do it without you good people. We have a update.
Today, the entire community gathered to honor and bury Jocelyn in a life that was gone too soon. Funeral services were held today in North Houston, followed by a celebration of life. Thank you for joining us at 10 o'clock. I'm Keith Garvin.
Good evening. I'm Daniela Guzman. Bryce Newberry joining us now in studio tonight, where you saw firsthand, Bryce, the community coming together to honor Jocelyn.
Yeah, Daniela and Keith, this is really a tragedy that has captured the hearts and attention.
Jocelyn is the beautiful little 12-year-old who snuck outside the house and her life was ended.
Of Houstonians and people across the country, from the presidential debate to Texas state leaders. Those developments coming tonight just hours after the Nungaray family said their final goodbyes to Jocelyn. One message read, "Rest in power, princess."
Loving, funny.
Another, "We will never forget you."
She was very, very kind.
All of them for the grieving family of Jocelyn Nungaray.
Now again, truth be told, her decision making got her dead.
Time earlier, this white horse carried the 12-year-old to her gravesite, a final resting place for the girl senselessly taken.
She was 12 years old. We shouldn't have had to go through any of this. I cried, and it was very, very hard. I was like, wow, it was no words.
Yes, we need to tell the 12-year-olds, don't do what she had done did. Let's learn from this.
Goodbye hasn't been easy.
It's just hard for me to accept that she's not here.
Her classmates hope to see her in 7th grade.
It's kind of rough. I don't really have like a lot of appetite sometimes, but push it through and I have my friends here to comfort me.
The incomprehensible crime that cut her young life short.
We're sad. It's not supposed to happen.
Capturing the attention of elected leaders and law enforcement. But for those who knew her best,
She always had a smile on her face and just brightened up her room. She was always there for whatever you need.
it's a loss that cuts deep.
I love her and like she'll always be remembered and missed.
And those classmates tell me they are leaning on each other to get through this incredibly difficult time. Tonight, community advocates say they would like to see Jocelyn's law enacted, as one state senator wrote on X that she will file that bill on the first day possible of the next legislative session, which starts in January. You can read all about the proposal right now at click2houston.com.
What is Jocelyn's law? It's Jocelyn's law. So hell, I had to go ahead on and make sure I'm able to show y'all what Jocelyn's law is. Now why I can't? My stuff ain't working? Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Of course it's not gonna work, Willie. It's not what happens. Let me make sure I got it grabbed right. Oh. Yep. That baby contributed to her own death. We have to tell our children. We have to always tell our children. Now in 2024, you might as well just tell your children the truth, because they have another parent called Google. Google is their doggone parent, and they will fact check you. They will fact check you out here in the street. Jocelyn Law, Texas Lieutenant Governor wants legislation that would deny bail to capital murder suspects. Deny bail. I just left the funeral of a 12-year-old, Jocelyn Nungari. Her alleged killers, both here illegally, which one actually wearing a ankle monitor given to him by the federal government, and charged with brutally murdering her last week. Jocelyn family was shocked. Any bail was given, I'm guessing, yada yada yada. I don't want to read the whole thing on that right there, but hold on. Jocelyn family was shocked any bail was given in this case. All right, bam. Yeah. This is the bail thing. Denying bail to capital murder suspects. First of all, for them to be illegal, they should have never had a bail in my mind. But it takes for a 12-year-old to be murdered. That now we want to put some stuff in place. Why wasn't this always a thing? Why wasn't capital murder suspects not able to have a bond? What is y'all doing down there on Capitol Hill? What is y'all doing in your fancy homes and your fancy cars and shit like that? What is y'all thinking about? Shout out to Buck Good for the $2 cash app. Say adding to the pot, Pastor. I appreciate that right there. What is y'all doing? Oh, because you went. Watch it. You went to a 12-year-old funeral. Got it. So in Houston, which we do a lot of news out of Houston, and just think about this right here. What's the last funeral that you've been to? When there's minors being killed every week. I know you can't go to all of them. I get it. I damn sure know you can't go to all of them. I'm not even telling you to go to all of them. But it just so happens that you made it to the 12-year-old one, the one that's in national news spotlight. Y'all do understand that this is an election season also. Y'all do understand that this is done on purpose, right? Y'all do understand that they don't give a damn, and he don't give a damn about no capital murder suspect having bail or not. He don't care. He's full of it. And this is my opinion. He don't care. All the kids who have died in Houston, Texas, just this year alone. Just this year alone. How many funerals have he been to? Yeah. But this is an election year. And this should have been something on the books. But, But the governor is saying that she will put this on the table the next legislation meeting or some shit like that right there. But all right, cute. All right, I guess they gonna do something this year. But all right, that should be sounding good, don't it? Ooh, they did something. They put a law in that capital murder suspects don't get no bail. What else is y'all doing? Is y'all gonna change like the juvenile laws and stuff to where like they can't be convicted, and or will y'all stop the catch and release? No, we're not gonna put no bills in there that we gonna hold people accountable no matter what their age is. Nah, hell no, they won't do that right there. They would not do that right there. Sure enough won't. But anyway, we're not gonna stay on that right there. Move right along. I ain't gonna be much hold you. We got thieves. I told y'all that the streets gotta eat. The streets gotta eat, and the streets will continue to eat whether you like the streets or not. The streets gonna eat. You gotta watch your damn back. We have them thieves done robbed the truck sitting at the red light. They at the red light eating.
Police officers are looking for the men on your screen. They're responsible for one of the latest crimes targeting the logistics industry here in Memphis.
Investigators say that these men robbed a truck full of Nike products in the middle of the day Monday.
Fox 13's Jack Billieu is live at MPD headquarters right now. Jack, this happened just feet away from the destination. That's the Nike distribution center.
Daryl, a witness told me he pulled up behind a truck that was stopped at a red light on New Allen Road, and when he got close, he saw that a few men had popped open the back of that truck and were piling all the boxes they could into a pickup truck.
It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen.
Charles Moore says he had just dropped off a Lyft passenger near the Nike facility when he came across the robbery. He says he whipped out his phone and captured these images of the criminals in action.
The door of the truck was open, and there are these guys running in and out, grabbing stuff out the back of the 18-wheeler, and the driver of the 18-wheeler had no clue. He was watching the light. You could see it.
You can see those men responsible piling boxes in their arms and taking them out of the 18-wheeler. 2 are seen wearing masks, 1 isn't. Moore says the light turned green and the big rig pulled away, its driver totally unaware of what had happened, until Moore followed him into the Nike parking lot.
I followed him so I could tell him, hey man, you've been jacked.
The incident was
an old player. He used the term jack.
Shocking for Moore, but it wasn't an isolated case. In August, a mob of people robbed a train car full of Nike products. In November, another mob robbed a FedEx truck while it was parked at an intersection. And just days after the holidays, 3 delivery trucks were robbed around the city in the same day.
I have no use for those people. I get up at 5 in the morning to go to work to make my money.
Moore says the truck
I have no use for them people.
Driver told him he saved his job by alerting him about the robbery, and he even got a personal thank you from the president of that trucking company. His message to others is this: if you see a crime happening, do what you can to make it right.
Come on, everyone has a camera now.
Come on.
It's the easiest thing to do, to just take a picture or a video, and you can send it in anonymously.
Yep.
You don't have to give your name. Just go ahead and do it. Do the right thing.
Simple.
Well, investigators say those thieves got away with around $2,500 worth of Nike products.
$2,500. I got y'all boys a fellow.
Anyone with information on those suspects is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 901-528-CASH. Daryl?
That is Jack Billieu live tonight at MPD.
Y'all is taking on felonies $2,500 worth of felonies.
Moore says the truck driver told him he saved his job by alerting him about the robbery.
Truck driver job has been saved. Do y'all understand that as a truck driver, your cargo is your possession? The cargo that's in your possession, you is in charge of that cargo. That cargo need to get to where it's supposed to go. You responsible. You solely responsible. If somebody's jacking your truck, that's your fault that you're not paying attention to the people behind you. I do understand what you're thinking. Well, Willie, you can't see behind you because of the trailer. He was supposed to have been in them doggone mirrors and paying attention behind them. Can I tell y'all something? I know something. Let me put this right here. Hold on. Let me. His door is open. I know what I'm talking about. Shout out to Marissa for the $2 cash app. He said that's been happening in Chicago for years. Oh, facts. For real. They've been hitting up out here in these streets, but the streets got to eat. And listen, he's sitting at a red light, and just in my mind, he probably in the damn phone. I know what y'all was thinking, but Willie, you can't see what's right behind you in a tractor trailer. I know something because I know something. That goddamn door open. What y'all also don't understand, him jumping up, in and out of the doggone truck, that trailer moving. It may not move a lot, but it moves a little. But that door done swung open. All they have to do is look inside of his passenger mirror. Do y'all understand that you can't see his driver mirror? Why can't you see his driver mirror? Because when he pulled up, he came to the right just a little bit because he finna make that left turn. I know what the hell I'm talking about. He was not watching his six. And yeah, you can see the damn door open. You can literally see the door open. All you have to do is look. That means he's not paying attention to his load. Luckily, they only got away with $2,500. Now they may charge the driver the $2,500 because he wasn't paying attention. And that's a small price to pay to keep your job. You know what I'm saying? But I can almost promise you from this day goddamn forward, he gonna stay in his mirrors. I can almost promise you that right there. Damn shame. Moving right along, I ain't gonna eat much hold you. And this is what I be meaning by pay attention, man. We is not, especially we outside and we not paying attention. I get that you inside your house and you ain't paying attention. I get that right there. But you inside, you outside your house and not paying attention? You's a real fool if you not paying attention, knowing that shit happens outside. Now moving right along, before I get upset out here in these streets. Y'all got them thumbs up over 300. I appreciate that right there. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all, we got to work together. I got to show y'all something because we got some players who done made the news. We have some players who done made the news out here busting them shots, out here shooting, baka, 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 doing what they do. They out here saying, please let the children live. These are the type of things that we have to say inside of the community. Please let these children, these little kids be okay. We have 2 children and 2 adults shot at a BP gas station in Milwaukee.
Well, tonight, unfortunately, it was a very violent day in Milwaukee after several shootings around the city. And we start on the city's southwest side. 4 people are in the hospital tonight, including 2 kids, after a quadruple shooting at a Milwaukee gas station this afternoon. 2 adults have life-threatening injuries, and police say the 2 kids suffered non-fatal injuries. CBS 58's Adam Reif live in studio to break down what we know tonight. Adam?
Jessup, the car was shot up at a busy gas station in broad daylight. 2 children were among those hit, and the suspects then took off. Tonight, we have video that shows 3 people walking toward the scene of the shooting, carrying what appears to be an AR-style rifle. A moment later after the shooting, the video captures them running away. The home security video shows 3 people walking through an apartment parking lot toward a gas station at 60th in Oklahoma. One is holding what appears to be an AR-style rifle. Less than a minute later, all 3 run back the other way. One is still holding that gun. Within that 54-second span, Milwaukee police say the suspects shot 4 people.
We heard like a big loud noise, a lot of it, like thought someone was banging on our building.
A neighbor told us off camera 2 victims were women. They told us one was shot in the stomach, the other in the head and elbow.
Then when I got outside, all I heard was a female screaming. And that's when I realized somebody just got shot.
Shout out to Private May for the $2 cash app. He say he's snitching and he only got a handshake. Say don't get shot. Oh, you talking about the last story? For real though, be careful.
Women were taken to Freighter Hospital with life-threatening injuries. A 4-year-old and 9-year-old were also shot and suffered non-fatal injuries.
My son's 9, so that makes me think about him, and he could have been there.
Tracy Franzak heard the shots a few doors down.
It was like do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
A food truck operator thought it was at least 8 shots. Another witness thought it was at least 15. Tracy thought it was even more.
It was well over 20 shots, well over.
A white Nissan was riddled with bullets. Several windows were shattered. A neighbor told us a man was also with the car at the time but was not injured. They heard one of the injured children say, "Come with me to the hospital, Daddy." Several people said there's rarely violence near that intersection, though there is an occasional car accident, and there are lots of kids around.
3 kids there, kids across the street, kids 2 apartments down, kids next door. There's kids all over this area that are always out on scooters and bikes.
Tracy described the shooting as so scary. She said as she was trying to explain to her 9-year-old son what happened, she said he wanted to say a prayer for the children that were shot.
We stood by the line right there and he prayed and he says, please let those little kids be okay.
Again, this has been a particularly violent day in the city of Milwaukee. We just told you about a shooting down here at 60th and Oklahoma, but there have been at least 6 confirmed shootings in the city today. 11 people shot, one of them fatal. That was up here at 40th and Fleet, and we are working to confirm even more reports of shootings. Jessup, back to you.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Them boys, they out here with them things. Boys, they out here with them things.
Security video shows,
and it seems to me that it's just one person with a gun.
3 people walking through an apartment parking lot.
So y'all 3 fools is together, and I want y'all 3 fools who had no firearms and who did not shoot what y'all just had done did. Y'all just caught yourselves a felony. You got to be the smartest, young people.
AR-style rifle. A moment later after the shooting, the video captures them running away. The home security video shows 3 people walking.
Y'all got to be the smartest. I mean, the smartest.
Through an apartment.
Shout out to the home security. We should say a home security system. But this is a gas station parking lot. Unless this is a apartment complex or something right here that links around. I don't think they would have built nothing like that.
Parking lot toward a gas station at 60th in Oklahoma.
No. A home security system on the gas station. That don't make sense.
Video shows 3 people walking through an apartment parking lot toward a gas station at 60th in Oklahoma.
So listen, y'all better watch these fools out here in the doggone street. It look like they got masks on and shit, and you all good people, y'all don't like to tell. Just don't understand you. Just don't understand you. And hell, y'all know who the shooters is. For y'all good people who is in that doggone community, you know who the shooters is. Because your kids is down with their kids. Well, your kids is down with them. Little scary ass. I can't take you good people serious. Moving right along, I ain't gonna be much hold you. We got us one. Oh, we got us one. Can I put a play on the screen for you? Can I put Pimpin' on the screen for you real quick? We have a Monroe High School teacher in court for allegedly having sex with students. Yeah. For real. Watch it. Listen.
Mukasey committed 2 counts of first-degree sexual misconduct with a minor with an abusive position of trust.
53-year-old Giles Stanton smirks as he hears the charges he's facing. The Monroe High School...
See that smile? See that smile? Go on, pimp.
He's facing. The Monroe High School English and literature teacher is accused of using his position as an educator to take advantage of children.
He identifies young women and persuades them into engaging in sexual relationship with him, including writing them elaborate and over-the-top love letters.
Stop. Back it up. He's accused of what, baby?
To take advantage of children.
He identifies young women and persuades them into engaging in
He identifies young women and persuades them into having sex. We're talking about him.
Identifies young women and persuades them into engaging in sexual relationship with him, including writing them elaborate and over-the-top love letters.
Writing them elaborate and over-the-top love letters. Do y'all understand? He's able to talk a bitch out their panties. He able to talk these high school girls out of their panties. And the young players that go to school with the high school girls can't get them to come out their panties. Him. I want y'all to really pay that their attention. Him. Talked right out their drawers. Now I ain't upset. I don't feel nothing. I don't pretend to care. They can become parents, and they seems to me that they consented, although it is legally they can't consent, but they did consent. Got it? We understood? Here we go.
Writing them elaborate and over-the-top love letters.
Probable cause documents say Stanton also assigned the book Lolita to the victim. Lolita is about a literature teacher sexually abusing a child.
His behavior.
Shout out to everybody who was in the comment section who saw the movie Lolita. Shout out to all of us who done saw the movie Lolita. It was a good movie. Until, like, you think about what the movie was. It was a love story. Listen, if y'all don't know what Lolita is, by Vladimir, go to your YouTube, type in Lolita, and watch the trailer. Or type it into Google and watch the trailer. And you will possibly be like, oh, I saw this movie.
Demonstrates a significant amount of planning and sophistication and is a violation of the trust that we placed in our teachers.
Stanton is also accused of having sex with the victim's older sister, who went to Monroe High School as well.
Shout out to Sensei for the $2 super chat. He say he got the old the Werther's original out here in these streets. I like them candies right there. For real, for real. Bag it up too. The teacher had also had an affair with her older sister, who was previously a student. So that means in these chicks out of the same household fell for the same thing. Which was what? A older man. They was both attracted to the same man. Shout out to Kevin for the $1 cash out. He said conversation runs the nation. Facts. I want y'all to think about what I just said. He had sex with the older sister. They both was attracted to the same older men. Girls is attracted to their teachers. We want to act like they're not.
With the victim's older sister, who went to Monroe High School as well. And possibly other cases, including a current student, the prosecuting attorney said.
Your Honor, we would oppose the state's request for a bail in this case. It seems excessive given the circumstances.
Stanton hired an attorney about a month ago when he first went on paid administrative leave. In court, his defense said Stanton's longtime girlfriend is battling cancer, just had a tumor removed, and is going through chemo treatment, needing someone to take care of her.
She needs somebody to take care of her because we care about cancer patients and stuff like that. So is they going to allow him to be able to go ahead on and take care of his longtime girlfriend?
The probable cause documents say Stanton had sex with the teenage victim at his home when his live-in girlfriend was not there.
Oh, okay, so that's respectable, right?
Think that he should.
Yeah. Watch this. This was respect right here. They say in March of 2017, Stanton invited her to go to his house. Invited who to go to his house? A teenage girl? Oh, she made her own choice. Wow. And recall that Stanton's live-in girlfriend was away for an extended trip to Europe. Yeah. Oh, wait. This had continued throughout her senior year. So the student at this time was about to graduate in March 2017 and invited her to the house. Now, why would a student go to a teacher's house? Come on. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. On her first visit, she stated that they went for a walk in a nearby park and he touched her on the legs, held her hand, and kissed her at his house when she was there for dinner. Wow. She had dinner at his house? Stanton brought up the possibility of them having sex that night, and she said no. But I'm guessing she returned to his house the following weekend, and they did have sexual intercourse while she was 17 years old and in the 12th grade at Monroe High School. She continued to come to his house on the following weekends while Stanton's girlfriend was gone. So now are we saying that a 17-year-old don't know what a 17-year-old is doing? Is we saying that the 17-year-old don't know the choices that she made? No. Notice, again, like I be trying to tell y'all, yes, it was illegal for the situation to happen. She could not consent legally, but she did consent. On her first visit there, they took a walk in the park, a nearby park. Yeah. I want y'all to get this right here. We're talking about him, our player right here. And taught one babies out they pen. Yeah. Multiple babies. Yeah. He kissed her and shit. They talked about smashing. She was like, nah, I'm straight. She said no, he did not force her. She thought about it for a week. Well, for 5 days, something like that right there. Swung on back round to the house and she like, you know what? I'm going to go and give you this monkey. Yeah. At the age of 17, which, hey, you grown. 12th grade, she about to graduate. She almost out of there, you know. Got it. Yeah.
Not there.
I don't think that he should be out if he's having sexual relations with minors.
Boy, shut up. I don't think he should be out if you're having sexual relationship with minors. Well, then the minor shouldn't be out either. The minors need to be arrested too.
I spoke to one of Stanton's former students. He told me kids in school had concerns regarding the teacher, but he didn't imagine it could go this far.
If the allegations here are true, there is a behavior over many years with many young women that seems to be a concerted effort to have sexual relations with people under the age of 18.
The judge denied the defense's request for zero bail and instead set Stanton's bail at $250,000. If Stanton is able to get out, there's a requirement that he goes nowhere near children and cannot use the internet. Now, Monroe investigators are
I just talked about that cannot use the internet thing. Remember I was just saying that right there? We play too much.
Asking for the community to reach out if they have any information or believe they may have been victimized. For information on how to do that, go to fox13seattle.com. Reporting here in Everett, I'm AJ Janovo, Fox 13 News.
So the age of consent well, if that is Seattle, what is the age of consent in Seattle? So that'd be Washington. Age of consent in Washington. What? 16 years old. What is consent? Whoa, wait a minute. In the state of Washington, a person must be 16 years old to consent to any sexual activity. Wait, what? Then what's the problem? I do understand that a problem could be as a person of authority, a teacher and a student, because like we just have those types of laws all across the country. You're not supposed to do it. You're not supposed to do it because you is in a position of authority. But this is no, what is that thing called? This is no sexual assault charges. This is no rape charges. This person was able to give consent. Wow. So its only problem is he's a teacher and she and others was students. This is not illegal for him to have sexual contact or intercourse with the students. Well, with their age. Yeah, right. It just means that he can't teach. No jail. Yes. Which it also don't makes no sense to where they put his bond up to $250,000, which is 25 grand. But why? Like he's no threat. He followed the law. He followed the law as far as sex and relationship law. That's what he followed. He broke the law as far as teacher-student type thing. So he should get no jail time. What are we talking about? If anything, he just should not be a teacher, right? Because he broke that rule. You say a 16-year-old can give consent, but the parent or parents can still press charges in Washington State. They can still press charges when it's legal? I don't understand that part. So even when the parents, they press charges, do a player go to jail, or what is that about? Shout out to Sensei for the $2 super chat. They say, don't we all use our jobs to get women? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. If we own the job and there's some chicks on the damn job, we're trying to get at the chicks that's on the damn job. I'm sorry. It's just how life goes. I don't understand. Well, give y'all selves a pat on the back. Y'all done made it to the end of the midday news right here in the doggone street. Damn it, y'all got a likes up to 335. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate that right there. Show enough do, show enough did. Show enough do, show enough did. Players, prostate cancer awareness right here at the Willie Williams Show. Say it's just a finger, so your prostate don't work, your meat don't work. Mess around and lose your la and or your life. It's your choice. You make the call. Your body, your booty. I am here to help. Yes, I am. Yes, I'm here. I sure enough appreciate y'all for being around here like I always do. I hope that y'all enjoyed, man, because I really did enjoy it. I do understand that we couldn't go round to Humble. Maybe we'll go around to Humble later on the night. Don't know yet. I'm just waiting to see something. And that will determine whether we go around there. But please remember, go around to the Willie Williams Show 3 channel and watch the standalone videos. I do appreciate y'all for already going around there and watching standalone videos. And please remember, go around to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. Subscribe to the website. That way you will kind of won't miss nothing that the players out here doing, because I put everything on the website. Shout out to all of you good people who was over there on twitch.tv.com. Thank you. We had 177 followers, still trying to get up to 180 followers by today, by the end of work today. I need your support, like I always say. Hell, that's what I got for you. That's all I got for you. I'm gonna see y'all later on tonight. Thank you. You say 2 strong hours of fire. I appreciate that right there, man. I just be trying to bring it to y'all. I come to do my doggone job. I come to do the job that I signed up for. I appreciate y'all for rocking.
out of here, man.
We'd be able to wipe out his debt. We'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our health care system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Just want to speak from my heart. I love that guy. That's a good man. He loves his country. He's doing the best that he can. But he had a test to meet tonight to restore confidence of the country and of the base, and he failed to do that. And I think there's a lot of people who are going to want to see him consider taking a different course now. We're still far from our convention, and there is time for this party to figure out a different way forward if he will allow us to do that. But that was not what we needed from Joe Biden, and it's personally painful for a lot of people. It's not just panic, it's pain of what we saw tonight.
And Vice President, as you're well aware, one of the biggest insecurities facing the campaign going into tonight was the claim, potentially, that President Biden is too old, that his mental acuity is just not there. Reaction across the board, including from Democrats, is that they were not convinced potentially tonight. What do you say to those voters who watched tonight and weren't sure that he is mentally fit?
Listen, he did not get off to a strong start in that debate, but he had a strong finish. And, there was a slow start, but a strong finish. And the bottom line is this: let us not decide the outcome of who's going to be president of the United States based on a 90-minute debate. Let's measure that decision against the last 3.5